So in today's video we are going to remove these broken bolts. So this one has been welded. They tried to weld it to remove it, but it failed. So we are going to use a technique of drilling it using a 10mm bead drilling bit and 5mm drilling bit and a 8mm drilling bit. So this is a hub of a vehicle. Made to be the left side of a vehicle, as you are seeing. So this is a hub, as you are seeing. So as you are seeing, this is a hub of a vehicle. So there are broken bolts, these two inside. So they have tried to hold them, but they are false. So we are going to use a drilling machine and we drill them so that we can remove them. So what we are going to first do, we are going to first drill with a 10mm drilling bit inside to put a starting point, like a center, to mark a center. Then after we are going to drill with a 8mm drilling bit inside here, as you are seeing this one. So it just passes through because the hole is of 10mm or with the threads of 125. So that we can, the remaining pieces of 2mm to make, because this is a 8, we are going to remove them using a hammer, and these two removers are like a kizo. As I told you, they are sharp pointed like this. Even this is a big like number 8 drilling bit. So these were drilling bits, but they were broken, and I tried to make them for useful in another way. So that's the work of today. After that, removing everything, we are going to tap with a drilling bit. Is a tap of 10 times 125. So let's go to the video. We are going to first drill, as I told you, using a 10mm drilling bit for a center. So the trick is also one, you have to decrease the speed of the drill is using a step down. So using this step down or the other step down, so you decrease the speed using a step down because it uses 110 volts. So if you try to decrease using a step down, it turns the voltage to like 50 volts only. So which makes the speed of the drill a little bit slow. I'm drilling with a 5mm. You have to start with a 5mm drilling bit. So if you don't have a 5mm drilling bit, you can use any small drilling bit from 5 to less than 5. So this is a 4.3 drilling bit. So because this is not sharp very well, so let me use this one because these bolts are a bit hard because they used to put some welding. Remove the dust. So they are not all cutting. Let's try to sharpen them. So now we have finished drilling with a 5mm drilling bit. So as you are watching, as you are saying, so So that is a 5mm drilling bit. So you are going to drill in with also a 8mm drilling bit, because that's the last one, because we have to drill in 8mm and remover. Let me first use this 5mm remover. So it was a tapping bit of 6mm times 1.0, and I sharpened it here in front to act as my remover, as we were saying. So let's first try with a method 1 using a remover. Tools I use to remove when dealing with a remover. This is a T-handle which holds a 6mm tapping bit with this adjustable in case.
So let's try.
It has failed, so we have to drill. We have nothing to do because it has failed to move. So we have to drill.
We have also to remove the dust.
So you have to be in a straight line and be careful when the tap is soon to pass through. So as you are seeing now, when it's soon to pass through this tap, this drilling bit turns to get stuck inside. So you don't force, because if you try to force, it will break the bit. So you have to use the hand as you have been seeing me, and you remove it.
So you have to remove the dust.
We have finished to drill in with 8mm inside. So if you try to look inside, there are no threads. So as you are seeing, the threads are down, inside down. So you have to remove this part, as you are seeing, this remaining piece. So with the help of our kizo. So this is my kizo. It's a 5mm drilling bit I made with this help of the hammer.
You try to move. So
Remove these two remaining pieces.
the remaining the threads, the pitch of the threads.
As you were saying, so these are the remaining pieces. You see? So this is the remaining piece of 2mm. So if you try to knock using so as I was saying, this is the remaining piece inside here. So if you knock it, if you try to knock using the hammer, it gets out. But you have to make sure that you are in a straight line. So as you are saying, these are the two remaining 2mm which were remaining inside. So as you are seeing to the hole, so now the broken rod has been moved. So when you try to look inside, the threads are there, but they are not a bit sharp. So we are going to use also a tap to sharpen those threads. A tap of this is a tap of 10 times 2.5. Yeah, it's a tap of 10 times 2.5. So as you were saying, 10 times 2.5 inside here. So we have also to deal with this one. Let's first deal with this one, then tapping will come later. This one, since they have put some welding and the bolt has failed, so you have to use this center punch. This center punch to punch in the center, because the drilling bit for number 10 will not manage to put the center.
So this is the center punch.
So now, as you are seeing, we have centered it. So we are going to use our 5 drilling bits. So be careful when dealing with bolts which have been welded. I'm going to use also a 10mm drilling bits to deal with this welding, to remove this excessive part of the welding. Now the hole is clear. As we are saying, now the hole is clear. We have removed the pieces, the excessive piece of the weldings. So let's drill in the center using a 5mm drilling bit. You may be asking yourself why I'm not using water to cool the drilling bit. So if you are drilling a bolt which has been welded and it refuses to get out, so if you try to put some water, it will not, the drilling bit will not completely drill anything. So the drilling bit edges will just get over and they will be destroyed. So that's why we are saying we're not using water. The drill. So if you don't put your minds to the drill, because the drill changes it changes the sound when the bit is soon to pass through, so you have to listen to it. So we are going to use a 8mm drilling bit as our final drillings. Let's first use a remover. So a remover is the first step if you have it. If the remover fails, then you have to
use
the bolt is too hard, the remover has failed to remove it, so you are going to go with our process of drilling it. So this is the last drilling bit of number 8. Set you out in a straight line. So as you are saying, you have also to remove the dust. So it is showing as if it moves, it is moving. So let's again use our remover to see whether it can move.
because it has shown some signs of moving.
So it has failed. I told you we use this 8mm drilling bits. The remaining 2, we remove them by the use of the kizo I made from a 5 drilling bit. So you should keep looking inside, because it has moved, but so as you are seeing, so the bolt has moved till to the down part. So we are going to use first tap to make the threads a bit smooth. So to first tap here, and we remove we use the remover using this T handle. This is a T handle. So let's first try to sharpen the threads. Then after we use a remover. tie. So now the bolt is coming out. So you bring the camera, show them. So as you are saying, come out. So just remove it. So this is the remaining piece. So this was the remaining piece which has gone down. So let me try. We have removed it by the help of this remover. So if you try to look inside, the threads are not a bit, as I saying, they are good, but you have to remove that black sort of something inside, and we make the threads a bit sharp. So we have to thread them, sharpen them using this 10 times 1.25. So using this 10 times 1.25 drilling bits, sharpen them. But you have to begin with the first one. So you have to use the oil, our oil. So you have to be careful, because with welding spoils these tabs and the threads. So you have to be careful when dealing with hose with welding, because if there is some slag of welding inside, to destroy the threads of the tap. So you have to put that in your mind and keep looking on the threads to see whether there is not any remaining slag inside. So also you have to deal with also this one. If some spots remain in the hole, they destroy the threads of the tap, so be careful with that. So let's start with the last one. So now this is a bolt of number 14 millimeters. So let's test.
So now, as I was saying, now the bolts are done.
So this is a hub. As you are seeing, it's a hub of a vehicle. So it's a hub of a small vehicle car. So let me remove this. Now the threads work now is done, and the threads are good. So we have removed the bolts.